Stop! Don't check that pedal board.
Oh, God.
Listen to us first, and then we'll talk about it more and some other things. We'll get distracted. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And Jonathan.
One more time from Casino Guitars. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, thanks for joining me, Johnny.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, can you click like, subscribe?
Hit the old bell.
While you're here, just do it right now. It's right around
Smush
there.
it. Smash it. Push it. Whatever you want.
Was that some weird like game? Smash it. Pop it.
Smash it. Pop it.
Whatever that. I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
Anyway, so you have had this experience happen.
My God, yes.
Rock stars have had this experience happen. You're just going to your gig. You got your pedal board. You're going to check it through because you got to take that. That's your sound. You don't even have to take an amp. Just that in your guitar. Carry your guitar on.
It's magic.
Everything's fine, right? Nothing could go wrong.
Lots of things can go wrong.
So break down what happens when this all inspired by Nuno Betancourt. Just like we were reading one of his things too, and then he was talking to Rick Beato, and somebody stole his rat pedal.
Yes,
they stole the one pedal.
The one pedal
out of his pedal board with a little note from TSA in there. Thanks for the pedal. It didn't say that, but it pretty much said that.
Sons of rats.
Guns. Rats. There you go.
Sons of rats.
So what happens, Johnny? Tell me what happens.
Well, so I would just say there was a time in my life where I was doing lots of flying with pedal boards. Fly dates, we'll call them.
That's what they call them in the biz.
in the biz. There was a point where I thought, okay, got to take my guitar on the plane, but I had this nice hard, TSA lock case from Pedalboard. So I was like, I'll just check that. And I would take my normal big-ish pedal board.
And everything works out fine every time, right?
It's wonderful. No. So I would say more often than not, you get the little note, the TSA opened your case, went through, your pedals are probably unstuck sometimes.
So wait, back up. They unstuck the pedals?
Yeah, because they inspect it. So they pull the junk apart. Like I've had it where all my patch cables were undone before. I've had
because he's putting those back together sometimes is not.
It's a pain, right?
Do they unhook them from where they are too?
Sometimes I've had it both ways, and I mean, like everybody used to have the little patch cables the solderless.
Yes,
that's not great for them. When you yank them out, they flop around. They don't stay very secure. Like those things are great if you put your board together and never touch them again.
Yes,
but unplugging them and letting them flop around with a pedal attached to it in a case on a plane. Less good.
Not as good. Less good.
But the worst that I've ever had, I flew from Nashville, had a gig. I think it was in I think we were doing the West Coast, like Washington State, Oregon, Denver, back to Nashville. Get back to Nashville, had a gig on Broadway.
Okay.
I think the same day. I think we got back that morning. I'd play that night.
That's a big turnaround. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to make that money. You got to keep it going.
That's why he's so rich.
So, anyways,
just like Nuno.
I get to my gig, and I did think about this, but I was just so tired, and I just didn't have time to take my gear out and look at it. Right. I think I did my guitars, but I'd carried on my guitars. I checked my pedal board. Get to the gig that night. Open my case. There's my little jumble of stuff from that used to be my pedal board. There's the little white notes laying there. It pisses you off when you see the little white note because you're just like, and it's always like thanks, TSA or whatever. But there's my Polytune. My tuner is laying there. It's put together, but the mechanism, the whole switch, there's just an empty hole. And then I see there's my switch, there's the washer, there's the nut. For some reason, they took my tuner pedal apart. They took the switch out. They didn't put it back in. And so I was then I had to bum a clip-on tuner from the bass player.
But did you rest your board?
Talk about slumming. Yeah, it did. Eventually, once I put everything back together.
That and mixed with Nuno's rat pedal getting stolen, his one special rat. I think that's the fact, obviously got stolen during TSA.
Yeah.
Too, because it's
well, I mean, did they steal it or did they take it apart and set it over here and then just forget to put it back in? Who knows? Probably stole it. I'm gonna have to. I did not give the benefit of the doubt to the.
Well, I'll give the
most TSA agents. Probably
here's the benefit over the TSA too. I will say a pedal board does look like some rigged explosive unit. It's crazy because it looks like something from Die Hard with a vengeance.
Well, so now when I fly, I have a fly board for fly dates, and it's in my little soft case and it's smaller, and so I carry it on. It's my carry on. But even pushing it through the little X-ray machine, there's always someone who's like, oh my God. And then, you can see them. And then some guy comes over and says, like, it's a guitar. And sometimes I just say, hey, this is a pedal board. But
save the day. What is this?
Sometimes they pull you over and they do the swab thing, like for the explosives. They swab your guitar and all that junk.
They swab you too?
I haven't been swabbed. Well, I don't know if they swab you with that thing. They just pat you down. They get very, very handy.
I like the pat down part. I think it's
very handy.
I feel like it's like flirting.
I will say most of those agents are super nice once they pull you over and you have to do that junk. They're usually very
they're just doing their job.
I try to be.
Yeah, they want to be cool too.
Thank you. And
it does stink though. As a working musician though, just be very careful. Get a fly pedal rig set. Don't check it through because they're not trained to look through musical instrument type of devices.
Well, and I'm sure there's someone who's going to be in the comments, well, I check my pedal board all the time. I mean, yeah, of course, there's going to be times where they don't bother it. But I would say if you do it enough, somehow I just always hit the magic number. They checked mine or whatever. But they're going to check it. And I would say, it's a different reason. You don't check your guitar because you don't want your guitar to die. Like your pedal board's probably not going to die, but they are going to check it. They're probably going to make a mess of it at some point. There's going to be cables and junk everywhere.
I'd be scared to unplug all the cables thing if it was a bomb, though, if I didn't know what it was. If I was just some, child that watched some Mission Impossible movies.
My guess would be, as often, useless rules and bureaucracies work, I bet once they look, they have to do stupid things, even though they know, oh, this is fine, but I got to unplug it and swab this thing. And you know what I mean? I bet
I don't want to think this bureaucratic, rule that... It's fine, but let me just yank some things out now.
Because, they got to look under. I mean, and I get it. It's wires and, electronics.
It's a scary looking thing.
I get it.
But so this is a public service announcement to all of us fellow musicians.
Carry on your pedal boards.
Carry on your pedal boards. It's not fun when this happens. It's like I've had bad checking experiences. And
I was about to say, be like Baxter and don't use a pedal board.
Be like Bax. No pedal boards, and just go to the gig. But I get it, if you're going to a gig and you got to play some sort of leads and stuff, you're just playing through a Fender Twin or something, you can't get there.
Or reality, right? Let's say that you are playing for a dude and his single on his album has dotted eighth delay riffs.
You say if you are not like Baxter necessarily, but if you are take a little push pedal, drive, distortion, fuzz, whatever you like, and then one little delay pedal, and your tuner, because Johnny can't use a clip-on tuner, he's too fancy.
It's true.
I mean that is true.
I really had to. It had to be really bad. Break out my tuning fork. Wow.
I like to do it on the side of my skull. You ever do that? You hit find the bone.
I haven't.
As it vibrates in your head, and you just hear the A440, you're like, ooh.
That's like those things Derek had where it touches your bone and then you hear it in your brain. It's like, oh my God.
Does he have that still?
Voodoo. I don't know.
Because I know he's talking about getting a headset that does that kind of
He got one.
Did he get it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's here somewhere. I don't know if it's here, but
I want to see it. Yeah,
he did get one.
That's cool.
It's pretty wild. He never tried. Yeah.
Is it for phone and stuff and listening to music? Cool.
I know what it's for.
We live in the future.
Black magic to me.
I feel like when you go back and watch Mission Impossible 1, they have a watch where you could with a TV on it.
This will never happen. Or
now it's just common.
I was talking to Christy's she loves her little Apple Watch, and I was like, you're like Dick Tracy.
Or Inspector Gadget.
Was. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I still don't get what an iWatch does or what they're called. I just don't understand.
Baxter, it tells you what time it is.
I just don't get. I mean, I have a phone,
and it tells you that you got a text message on your phone in your pocket,
and it counts my steps or something. But I feel like this.
I feel like that's the yeah, probably. Can.
I think that
it tells you that you didn't die when you were asleep, that you slept.
I just don't know the point.
You were breathing, that your heart was beating.
Somebody's got to convince me about what's the point of the Apple Watch.
Probably shoots 5G radiation to your body. It's great
That'd be
for
cool.
you.
If it made me faster and stronger, smarter.
Probably dropping fertility rates or something. I don't know.
We don't need that actually. I mean, maybe I do.
Elon says have babies.
Just do what Elon and Bax says, I guess. Babies and no pedals, and then you don't have to worry about this whole public service announcement we just gave
you. If you have more babies, you probably buy less pedals. So I'd say there's a relationship.
The curve is this nice bell curve.
An inverse.
God help us.
More babies.
Let us know your experiences with traveling with your pedal board, and if it's been a disaster or any of your musical gears. We obviously love that one where the guy got his guitar smashed and he made a music video about it, and they eventually helped him out. But it's tough.
This week I'm flying to South Dakota for gigs. So I will report back if anything zany.
I hope your pedals travel safely.
I hope so too, because it is an ampless gig.
Oh, you're going all in the box. Cool.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. That's the way you like to do it.
Oh God.
Makes me happy to watch Johnny squirm.
I've spent for something that I don't enjoy. I've spent a lot of time lately building this thing so that I can do these
Just
things.
do that thing.
Because I will say, I'm still saying Tone X is as good as I've ever had.
Hey, they work.
I like it.
Well, thanks again. Safe travels to all your friends, and thanks again for joining us all these videos. If it's your first video, thanks for sticking around to the end too.
Yeah.
We didn't even get off that hard on like tangents. Derek's like behind the video, like wrap it or cut it out is what he's doing. That's from
Full House.
Full House. Thank you. I couldn't remember the show.
Full House.
Growing Pains.
Joey,
Full House.
Joey from Full House.
Cut it out. I still
What's that guy's real name? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's Joey
Joey.
from Full House. That was the comedian one.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
It was pretty funny.
He was a funny
in like a campy,
in a great way.
I mean, I
Joey,
love it.
you're
I'm not
hilarious.
saying- No, he is.
And we lost Sir Bob Saget a few years back.
Played hockey. Remember how he played all the hockey stuff?
don't remember.
You think he's just funny, but then he has.
Do you remember the cool guy's name?
Jesse.
Yeah. The guy we all wanted to be, and the guy that all girls wanted us to all be. Yeah.
I mean,
And there's also Jessie Spano, who is
God.
the girl from Full House, who ended up in Showgirls.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's Jessie. She had a pill problem on the episode.
No, not Full House. From Saved by the Bell.
I'm Saved by the Bell. I'm sorry. Why did I say
I was
Full
so
House?
confused.
I'm sorry.
I knew.
I had a
Yeah,
little bit of
it's true.
moment.
It's true.
Cause I'm like locked in on Full House. I can't forget that. I'm so
fair.
excited.
Oh my God,
I
that
just can't-
that was a very moving episode.
Zach's having no. It's
I remember watching that and being like,
wow.
"Oh my God,
Drugs are bad.
this is so heavy.
I know, it's such a good
Shouldn't
episode.
be doing these."
Oh, no. And I started thinking about Beach Pit After Dark, 90210. It's all of it. It's all just
the
the
flaming
90s.
lips.
Oh my God, it's so good. And Color Me Bad when
Oh,
they guest
next.
starred. Oh. So again, if this is your first video, this is what happens. Sometimes we get distracted, but we didn't get distracted during the video. So thank you for the rest of you for sticking around too. I'm leaving now because Derek's
Like to
very
think
upset.
This was the best part.
It's my favorite part of anything. It's time with
Just say it. Just put it out there.
time with you and Jonathan. Thanks. Bye guys. Peace be with you.
Goodbye.